What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Mikey today coming at you through the power of the internet. And I thought I would do a video this morning. It's some stuff that's worth talking about. I've got a few things to talk about. First off, before I get into what I really want to talk about, I just want to kind of say if it wasn't for Lord Blazer, I mean, there's your poster right there. I hope everybody's happy. I hope everybody's happy. There's the poster. I hope everybody's happy. I know you can't always see it. I got to move it around, but there's your poster. But I want to thank Blazer and anybody else who helped me get the money to do this. Without the money that they contributed, I wouldn't have been able to get my probation paid off as quickly as I did. It's been paid off. My probation, that and my mom helped me a little bit with some money. I paid off the probation yesterday. It's done. The next, what is it, 2 months? Yeah, the next 2 months I check in with probation online. And then in April, I go in and see him one last time. And then it's over. My probation's done. At least that's the way I'm thinking. It might be 2 more months after that, but that's the last time he wants me to come in. But I wanted to thank people. That's out of the way for the most part. It's done. I don't have that to worry about anymore. It was a total of 1,400 something dollars. I have been paying out the wazoo. Why does it sound like it's raining? Why does it? Hang on a second, everybody. I'm looking. Holy shit. Because it is raining. Look. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that or not. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know if y'all can see that. I don't know. Can you see that? I don't know. Sorry. But yeah, it's raining. Started this video up and it starts raining. It's not supposed to rain today. We didn't have but like a 10% chance of rain. That's not enough. Usually it's like 60. You're guaranteed 50 to 60. You're guaranteed to get some rain usually. The weather people have no idea. They don't know. They don't know anything. They don't know their butts from a hole in the ground. All right, what the heck was I talking about? Okay, so yeah, if it wasn't for that help, it was like 1,400 something dollars, and I hammered away at it for the last several months. God, there was so much money that I could have used to fix my house, and I had to spend it on probation, all because some jackass wouldn't stop partying up and down the roads late at night while people are trying to sleep. Oh, other good news. Other good news. My neighbor across the road from me that drives me crazy, he moved again. He freaking moved again. Of course, he says, well, we might come back eventually, but there's no telling. Yeah, he moved again. He moved a ways away. He hasn't completely moved yet. He's got to come back on the 12th. And his dog is over there. That's the only thing over there. And it's funny. He leaves and he's not there, and the dog is quiet. I think I spoke too soon. I'm hearing a bunch of racket now about. But anyhow, um, he left his dog over there, and I'm feeding it. So, and the dog behaves itself without its owner around. So there's that. I hate when I try to do content and I try to make videos, and all of a sudden it's jackasses where I live. Boom, 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 boom. Like, motherfucker. I just, that shit drives me crazy. I get called a Karen. I get accused of being a Karen where I live. Anyhow, I'm completely off projection here. Where the hell was I? I don't know where I was. All of a sudden I was being disrupted. My ADHD was kicking, and I don't know what I was talking about. Yeah, it's like it was 1,400, give or take, to pay off all this. It was insane. It's down to zero now. There's nothing. I don't owe anything. It's taken care of. Um, I just got back in here. It was quiet, and they're doing it again. I can't concentrate with boom, boom, boom. He had no idea where I was. It feels like every time I start to do anything, some a-hole where I live starts just booming, and it is so just distracting and disruptive, and I can't this do you and is it really any wonder I don't do a lot of content? Is it really any wonder I go missing? It's like I'm trying to get sleep. I can't focus on anything. I'm just dealing with so much stress because of where I live. Is it really any wonder? What's sad is my microphone doesn't pick it up. I know, because I know a lot of you out there probably going, I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything. My neck is messed up big time. I don't know what's wrong with it. My shoulder up in here. Try to relax your shoulders and your anus, and my back is killing me right up in here, man. You know where the shoulder blades come in? Right here. And they meet right here, and there's like this big bone right here. Like right here. Well, just below that is like it's sunk in and it hurts, and I think it's another, oh, what do you call it? It's another column in my spine messing up. Anyhow, let's get back to what I was talking about. Yeah, thanks. Thank you for helping me. I wouldn't have gotten it taken care of otherwise. Now I have money to do with. I have taxes, but they're gonna wait. The taxes will wait. I'm leaning back. That's a little better. I'm leaning back now. I'm leaning back. Um, so yeah, the next few months, any extra cash I have is going towards other things, not towards like like taxes. Taxes aren't getting paid. Not until later. They never get paid on time anyways. And part of it's their fault. They don't send out the paperwork until they're supposed to get it to us in October. We don't get it until December. And so by then it's like, what the fuck do you want? We weren't able to prepare. We didn't know how much they were. What are you wanting from us? Yeah, no. This is not getting paid off right now. You're gonna have to wait on that. So yeah, so I think the next 2, maybe 3 months is me doing with my money what I want to do with it. And then I'll start paying them off slowly the next few months. But I had no money to do with what I wanted during the holidays. My mom literally sent me like $100 for Christmas. I was going to use it for a new camera for YouTube, didn't do it. Instead, the money went towards paying this crap off. In fact, it's how I paid this crap off. So now it's taken care of, it's done. And again, I'll just be going in and seeing the probation officer one more. I think it's one more time in let's see, January, February, March, April's the last time I go in and see the guy, and we're done. Nah, and yeah, that's it. This video was actually going to be about something very different, and I was only going to start with talking about that, but honestly, I'm just going to make it about that. It's just me thanking people who helped me get it paid off, which were really, really, literally, genuinely was only Lord Blazer, as far as I know. Nobody else helped me out. Nobody else was willing to give me anything, and all I had to do was hang that up. All I had to do was hang that up. So thank you. I wouldn't have gotten it paid off otherwise so quickly. I also ran into some other money. It was money that was supposed to be used on the house. Didn't get used on the house. It was supposed to be used to fix the house. Didn't get used to fix the house, and instead is being used to. It was used to pay off this whole ordeal. It's almost over with. The light is at the end of the tunnel. I just wish this neighborhood would get quiet again. I wish it was a nicer neighborhood. I really do. I wish we had an HOA. A lot of people don't like HOAs, but it's a small price. If having to keep my yard a specific way to appease other people, then I'm happy to have an HOA. If that means that I live in a quiet neighborhood, but nobody else where I live wants an HOA because they don't want people dictating their homes, and I don't blame them. But this crap with the booming and whatnot, that shit's got to go. It's got to be cut. It's got to be gotten rid of. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I mean, God. But yeah, so I guess this video is me thanking people for helping me and getting it taken care of. I still got stuff to do in my room. Like, I got some clothing behind me in the bags, but I need to clean it up. It's not trash. It's just clothes and towels and blankets. Calm down. Calm down, calm down. I know people are going to be saying shit. But it's been a whirlwind of bullshit, and I'm still dealing with bullshit. I don't know if I talked about it, but somebody the other day spit in my face. Yeah, he decided just to spit. I was going to tell the probation officer about the whole ordeal, but when I went to see him yesterday and I walked in there and sat down for a bit, he comes out with a piece of paper and hands it to me. He's got other things to do. And he was like, instead of coming in and sitting down, he was like, okay, so what I want you to, and that's because he knew I was just about done paying that off. He showed me, he's like, okay, so come back in or just check in online these next 2 months. And in April, I'll come see you one last time in April. And he was like, okay, okay. See you, Mike. And he walks off. He was like, that was it. There was no going back into the office or anything. That's because, and I'm sorry to sound like this, it was about the money the whole time. When the whole ordeal went down with this woman, she didn't even press charges. Nah. She wanted it to be over with. She didn't press charges or nothing. She was just like, it was done. Do you know who ended up pressing the charges? A lady judge, and I believe it was about the money. Like, in fact, that's what I've been told by a few people. That odds are 9 times out of 10, if a judge rules to have you put in jail and given all this stuff, and they immediately say, "Hey, here's this money. If you pay us, we'll call it a done deal." That's usually um, because they just want the money. It's about the money. They don't really give a shit. They don't care. It's funny, they called it deadly conduct. I would argue it wasn't deadly conduct. I would argue it was vandalism. I would argue it was vandalism because I didn't hurt anybody and I just hit the side of the door. And really, I didn't even do any damage to the door. When my brother saw it, he was like, "Where? Where did he hit?" There was nothing really. Nobody seen anything. That's because I didn't hit but maybe 3 times and it broke after the third swing. All right, and I don't have a good swing, so yeah, I know I'm admitting to something horrible, but I was just put yourselves in my position for a second here. You're trying to sleep. It's almost midnight. You got to get up early in the morning. All right. And there are these people who just ride up and down the roads, blaring music, screaming, carrying on, acting like they're at a club or something, or just being fucking ignorant. You would get fed up with it after a while. You get fed up with people acting like shit. I mean, I feel like I'm everybody's punching bag around here. I do. I feel like everybody just needs somebody to just let their shit out on, and they all chose me. It's a very toxic environment. Somebody said that already once. It's a toxic environment. It is. My neighborhood is toxic. I hate using that terminology, but it is. It's toxic. This place is horrible. I hate it here. I really do. If I could ever move, I would move. I don't know where I would move. Someplace up north. Someplace quiet. I just want some fucking quiet. Why is wanting peace and quiet such a thing that people don't understand? Motherfucker. And yeah, I do want to move someplace with an HOA. I don't care. I don't care if somebody says, well, you have to keep your yard this way, and this way. You can't do this, that, and the other. But hey, it's quiet here. Nobody with subwoofers booming? No, no, we won't allow that. The law would be called out immediately. We have cameras up and blah, blah, blah. Why am I so thirsty? By the way, this is pretty good. I should have done the Goof Tries It, but it's a Minute Maid pineapple, zero sugar. It says zero sugar, but there's still some sugar. It's pretty good, actually. It's pretty good, and I love it. I'm just kind of sucking on it. Mm. Honestly, I don't know what all else to say about this, but yeah, it's it's my environment that's affecting me, which is affecting my performance on YouTube. I hate making excuses, but that's the truth. Those are the facts. And if there was anything I could do about it, I would. But I'm in Texas, and if you try to bring any of this stuff up to an authority, you try to go to a mayor, a governor, or whatever, and you try to explain to them the stuff going on, it's like they don't fucking care. People just don't fucking care. They don't care that it's affecting you mentally and emotionally. They don't give a shit. They don't care that you have depression, anxiety, and autism and ADHD. They don't care that you have all these issues. They don't give a shit. You know, nobody cares. They act like there's nothing that can be done. I'm at my wit's end, and it's ruining everything. If you had noticed, there was a point in time on this channel where I was uploading videos for several days in a row pretty often. I was uploading pretty often, and then all of a sudden, boom, gone. That's because it got horrible around here again. I was quiet during that moment, during that time. I was able to get sleep, get up in the morning and do stuff. And I'm not talking about people making, racket, messing with their engines. Like there's a guy crossed over here that he was my uncle. I don't really think he's really my uncle anymore. I'm bad about calling him my uncle, but he's not my uncle anymore. He's not married to my aunt anymore, my mom's sister. But he'll work on an engine and stuff. That doesn't bother me. There are kids that will ride up and down the roads on four-wheelers. As long as it's not late at night, it doesn't bother me. Just general noise like that. But when they start cranking up their bass and going boom, 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 thud, 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 boom, boom, and my house is vibrating. I can feel it up my chair. I can feel it in my desk. I can see my monitors kind of vibrating. I can see my drink sitting here going brr, brr, like in Jurassic Park, just doing all this vibrating and shit. That's too much. Like if you want to do that, go move. I'm sorry to say it, go move to the inner city. I've lived in the inner city. I've lived in those areas. I know what it's like there. People love to do all that crap. Go move up that way with them and make all that racket with them. But this is the countryside. Several people I've talked to around here, they moved out here for the peace and quiet. And when they came out and looked at the property and looked at the neighborhood, they was like, it's nice and quiet here. They moved out here and now they're like, what is with this crap? You know? And then local law enforcement's like, they don't want to do shit about it. So then people around here will take it into their own hands, like I did, and then get in trouble. But it's like if the local government would just put their goddamn foots down and stop acting like they can't do a frickin' thing, then something could be done. Then things would change. Things would be better. But nobody wants to do that. And it's getting out of hand. It's getting ridiculous. I'm complaining now, but point being, that's why I got in trouble, because people here are toxic. And after a while, I just got tired of feeling like a punching bag. Okay? I got tired of feeling like people were just having fun at my expense, tormenting me. I got tired of it. Mistaken identity, got in trouble. There you go. Okay? I'm not just randomly going out attacking women and children or anything. Didn't know it was a woman and children. Thought it was this punk ass bitch who's been driving me crazy. All right? Didn't know. Mistake. And let me tell you right now, if I had realized it was her, I would have just called on her. If I realized she was drunk and driving around drinking and driving. If she was drinking and driving, and I knew right away she was drinking and driving, I would have just called the law. The law would have come out, and the law would have been like, yeah, you're gonna spend the night. You're gonna spend some time in jail, and you're lucky if you don't lose your kid. What do you do? Because the kid was in the vehicle while she was drinking and driving. What kind of insanity is that? You don't do that. You take your kid home and then you do that crap. You still shouldn't be drinking and driving, though. It's like, why can't you just go to a club? There's places you can go to drink and carry on. You don't have to drive around a neighborhood getting drunk and carrying on, disturbing the peace. That's what that's called, is disturbing the peace. I'm so fed up with it. But I digress. I'm done with this. The main point was to thank people for helping me and to let you all know that I'm just about off probation. I'm done paying on my probation. Any money I run into now, that I happen into now, will just be you know, to do for myself. I still want to get another camera. I'm still going to get another camera. There was a camera on Amazon I wanted. I'm not going to do that right now, but yeah, so weird video. I know there was a few jumps there because I kept pausing the recording to go outside and see what all the racket was about. Yeah, but yeah, thank you. I'm glad I got some help. I'm glad my mom helped. I'm glad it got taken care of because it's ridiculous. Okay, I'm out.